Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Memes of the Week. The best thing you can do for this channel is beat that like button like it owes you money before watching this, so it reaches a wider audience. Also, before I get on with the memes, first a word from today's sponsor, the MGTOW Book Collection Part 2. Whether you're getting camel toe in Cambodia, banging babes in burqas in Turkey, or taking Polaroids of ladyboys in Thailand, Luca Vendetti has a series of books to make you live the dream. His new 3-booklet series includes How to Live on $500 a Month in Cambodia, Turkey, and Vietnam, in addition to his classic, How to Retire on $200K in Southeast Asia. He also has the MGTOW book. Visit MGTOWbooks.com and use the promo code SANDMAN to get 10% off. Now available in 4 formats, PDF, Mobi for Kindle, EPUB, and text-to-speech MP3. Sponsor link is down below. And now on with the memes. Number 1, we have a woman that says women need to stop dating for a boyfriend and start dating for a husband. Meaning stop dating only the attractive men you want to sleep with, and instead start dating the rich and attractive guys that you want to use. They want it all. But when they're younger, before the age of 25, they will settle for chemistry only. Moving on, Mega Motors has another satisfied single mother used car customer. This woman was making payments of $350 a month for this car fresh off the lot with the donuts. The car isn't even roadworthy. The dealership offered it to a guy for 60 easy payments of $500 with a $1,000 down payment. The car isn't even worth $900, yet this woman bought it. Behind her, the headlight you can't see is busted, and this is what it actually looks like. Mega Motors was also shamed out of existence for selling this car to that single mother. Number 3, real alpha males don't get distracted by a woman, no matter how beautiful she is. I once read that all gay guys are alpha males, but this guy's probably just trying to make sure they're a Tinder match first before talking to her. But this is also pretty common in Eastern Europe and what the average relationship looks like in a place like Romania. This man needs to get the hell out of there before he's in danger of a false allegation or something. Also, who believes that he's an alpha? I guess today's alphas drink canned Miller Lite. Up next, we have a so-called Gigabased dad. He says that it's totally acceptable and a good idea for a man to expand his search area to find a good wife. That, of course, is just bargaining because women are the same everywhere in the world. Just because you change your geography doesn't mean that you or the woman will be any different. You're just choosing a woman that sees you as having much higher marketplace value just because you're from the West. Number 5 is a former Missouri teacher who ditched the classroom for lonely fans. And she has no regrets and has almost made $1 million so far. Women like her might as well have the motto that men are disgusting for objectifying women as sex objects. Unless you can make money from it somehow, then it's perfectly okay. Moving on, what in the name of Bob Marley is happening in Jamaica, where 34.6% of children are born due to paternity fraud. Nigeria isn't all that much better, where the paternity fraud rate is 30%. Jamaica is very matriarchal, and many of the guys are super simps, and I've had the misfortune of witnessing that in real life. I've seen these stats before. Apparently the men that get DNA tests, 70% of them are not the fathers in Jamaica. But even with all that promiscuity, Jamaica's fertility rate has now fallen below replacement at 1.9. Number 7, 24 women dropped out of the Australian football division after 5 trans-identified players leave female players injured. If they really wanted to make a difference, then they all should have quit. This is what diversity looks like, and women are starting to realize that they don't like it. Is this woman admitting that men are better at sports or something? Women keep spreading the lie that women can do anything that men can. How much longer will they keep this craziness going? Up next, we have an unattractive, overweight woman that wants a boyfriend that treats her right, and to have a normal relationship. But who really cares about her sob story when there are 30 to 40% of unattractive incel men out there that want a girlfriend because they can't even find one? She, on the other hand, can lose some weight and possibly get some plastic surgery and get exactly what she wants, a high-value man, while many men can't get any woman. Number 9, this is probably what that fat, unattractive woman is hoping for. Instead of simply cock-blocking for her bestie, the good-looking guy asks her and all her girth out for a change. This has probably never happened before unless the guy was way too intoxicated or he roofied himself. Someone told me that the meme would be accurate if that man was black. But remember guys, women like this are only hot when they're drawn as cartoons. Moving on, to make sure that the fat ladies in San Francisco have something to eat, the city is proposing a law that would allow lawsuits if grocery stores end up closing. They have to provide the city 6 months' notice before shutting their doors. The joke's on them, though. The grocery stores just won't restock. I guarantee a lot of grocery stores will close before the law takes effect. Soon the stores will look all Soviet styles with occasional bread lines where the bread is sold for $50 to $100 a loaf. Number 11, single Americans are saying they're less promiscuous since Roe v. Wade was overturned, and that 14% of people are having less sex because of it. So it looks like I was wrong, and the fertility rates could start crashing even faster after abortion was banned. But with the STD rates continuing to rise, does anyone actually believe this? Yeah, I don't. Up next, celebrities and fashion designers are embracing the exposed bump crack trend with the new plumber look. It looks like plumbers never got the fame they deserve and are finally getting their fashion moments. But what is the red one trying to show you? There doesn't appear to be anything there except some sort of surgical scar. But look on the bright side, at least it comes in handy when you have to fart. These women can't compete with Sydney Sweeney, so they're now trying to change the game. Number 13 is a woman that likes both males and females, but is still single. Someone then pipes in and says, I guess you're just meant to be by yourself. I guess it's tough for her when she loves both of them, but neither of them love her. She either needs to lower her standards or get some cats. Moving on, we have more to that story about the 23-year-old Florida woman posing online as a schoolgirl to meet and take advantage of teenage guys. They've found 4 more victims that they know of between the ages of 12 and 15. At least this time they used the proper terminology molest instead of have sex with, like most articles tend to do. I know what many of you are thinking right now. Where were women like this when I was 15? In Canada back then it would have been legal with consent being 14. Number 15, The Rumbling says that ever since Harvey Weinstein was caught, the new actresses are all kind of ugly. Maybe all the producers and executives are keeping the attractive women away, so they don't get caught up in another sex scandal or something. Or then again, maybe it's just because Hollywood has become Hollywoke. Maybe Harv was the quality control department or something like that. He wasn't a good guy, but he did know a pretty lady when he saw one. Up next, Sydney Sweeney says that her celebrity crush is Leonardo DiCaprio. She's 26 though. The problem here is the age gap. It's not wide enough for him. She's just a little bit too old for him now. But maybe he should make an exemption in this case. I don't think so, as she looks pretty plain Jane to me. His age limit based on this is 25. Now he's dating a 19-year-old. Number 17, this priest was jailed after refusing to open the door for an ambulance during a gay party, where one man overdosed on erectile pills. That must be a United Church priest. As the churches close their doors, they probably unleash many of the woke people onto our society. I bet he hopes that he faces a stiff sentence, if you know what I mean. I also didn't know you could OD on Viagra. Duly noted. Moving on, the co-host of a show on ABC blamed the recent total solar eclipse on climate change. First, the eclipse was racist according to NPCs, and now it's also part of climate change. I want to hear an argument about how it's also sexist, because there haven't been any women on the sun yet, or some other nonsense like that. It's ironic the host's name is Sunny. Number 19, in New York, a purse-snatching bully punches a 68-year-old woman and she falls down church stairs and lies in agony. They aren't even calling them black criminals anymore, like in this case, but purse-snatching bullies. Here's another euphemism of found incompetent for trial, as this man abducted a child from his own bedroom and ended him. The IQ you need to stand trial in America is 75. Otherwise, you're too dumb, and they'll probably just let you go. Welcome to the new normal. Just play dumb after committing a crime, and they'll open the doors and free you. Here's yet another guy that's a repeat offender with the boomstick. He's been released a second time after attacking people and almost ending them. Yet he still doesn't qualify for a mental health facility. Up next, Billy D. Williams says, if actors want to wear blackface, then they should be free to do so. He's based, and because of that, they'll probably try and cancel him. He says it's okay in the context of acting, but not in the context of just everyday things like Justin Skippy Trudeau did. Blackface is one of the things that white liberals get really bent out of shape about, because they probably feel guilt for doing it while they're a lot younger. Number 21, we have a woman looking to pay someone $125 per week as a babysitter, with the hours being 5 a.m. to 6 p.m. Someone then says, so that's 52 cents an hour, and good luck with that. Putting the pay aside to put your kids in the custody of someone that you don't know for that long a time is absolutely wild. She's also probably going to get many molesters showing up to fill that ad, and probably her kids too. Moving on, the parents of Michigan school shooter Ethan Crumbley were sentenced to 10 to 15 years in prison. Does this mean that the prisons will soon be filled with tons of black parents in places like Chicago, if parents are being held accountable now? But it won't be a lot of black parents. It'll just be a lot of black single mothers, because good luck tracking down many of the fathers. But yeah, that's never going to happen because there aren't enough 50-cent an hour babysitters to take over raising the rest of their kids. Number 23, it's the pat action figure we need, and not the pat action figure we want. But I think it's still too hot and likable to be a they-them. It needs more purple hair and tattoos. If you replace the Starbucks cup with Dunkin' Donuts, then you'll see this thing all over New England. Up next, we have the anti-bucket list, which is something you'll never do again. People posting say things like never vote Democrat, never date a girl named Sarah, never live in a socialist country or go to Disneyland, or trust the government and aggressively zip when unsure if the coast is clear. That scene from What About Mary comes to mind. Some Bitcoiner even says he'll never save in dollars ever again. And of course the most important one is never get married again. Number 25 and the last one looks like Picard is defending Riker and says he couldn't have been the murderer because he was in his quarters alone. All they have to do is present his browser history from that night and he'll be found innocent. Riker then says, I'd rather just confess the murder. So what was he watching? Lizzo dancing, Pearly Things, or maybe even Star Wars? So that's it for another Memes of the Week. Please give this video a like to push it up in the algorithm and so new viewers can find it. If you enjoy this series and want me to keep making it, then donate at the PayPal and subscribe star links below. It really helps out. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day, and cheers.